Hi, my name is Tarun, co-founder of DLYogLab. At DLYogLab, we give importance to the IT strategy and AI innovation. As a co-founder of a startup, I have a first-hand experience how important the intellectual property is. So you need to innovate with a peace of mind. Every day, we come across thousands of GitHub repositories, thousands of code, and we adopt it, but we don't know that what is the internal risk in terms of IP infringement. When we talk about IP, we talk about three things: trademark, copyright, and patents. So what we build as a part of the AWS Lambda hackathon, we build a CLI tool. That tool is going to be a developer-friendly. What you see, the architecture of the CLI tool, it is a simple tool. You just clone the repo, and then you basically, everything is automated. You basically pass any file location, project location, and then it is automatically going to zip and send it to AWS S3, which will trigger a Lambda function. Lambda will use the Perplexity Sonar API to check the real-time information about those code and what are the copyright violation, if anything exists, copyright, patent, or trademark violation for each and every code files, and then it's going to create a report and send the report to the email. So for the scope of this hackathon, we have limited to one single email, which is part of the GitHub action, GitHub secrets. Actually, it's very simple to deploy. So let's see it first in action. Then I'll talk to you how we can deploy it. So you see my VS Code. I'm going to basically run this. So you just need to go come into the repo location and say Python CLI and DLYogIPChechker, and then you give a new file location. For example, in this case, I'm going to give my another file location which I recently did, is called flame.ai. So I'm going to do that. And so what's going to do is very fast. It's going to zip the project and push up a bundle as a zip into AWS S3 bucket, and it's automatically going to trigger. Once it's triggered, you will be able to see in real time. So if you do an AWS log tell to that function which you built, you will see it's calling the Sonar API. Already we created a bucket, so you are seeing the real time how the demo now how we are calling the Sonar API for each and every file, analyzing the potential risk and creating a report. And once this is completed, what's going to happen is we are going to create a beautiful HTML report and send an email to the user email address. Currently, it's restricted to a single email, which is through GitHub secrets. So I'll show you how to deploy it. It's very simple for you, and we have already documented it in our GitHub README file. So it's still going on because it takes time into multiple iteration, multiple Sonar API call is happening to analyze all the files. And once it is done, it will be reported here. Let's wait for a few more seconds. And in the meantime, well, okay, it's done. So it's already done. So you can go to, I can show you my email address. You see, it's going to create a beautiful report. Right now, there's some UX issue is there. We can modify it, but it's going to check each and every file and say, okay, what is the verdict? No immediate copyright or patent infringement issue is there. It's going to check each and every file. So you will be getting a peace of mind when you're going to use it for each and every code, and that's going to give you that's going to bring a safe, bring your product safe to them in a safe way to the market. And also just have a disclaimer that this is an AI experiment only. For professional advice, you should talk to an intellectual property IP attorney for professional advice. This is just an AI experiment. It can have error. So no, there's no guarantee or warranty. And now let's go to the repo. So everything is, if you see GitHub action workflow, there's two action workflow. One is deploy the AWS infrastructure. Everything we did as infrastructure as a code. So we created the infrastructure first. That means we created the Lambda function, created the S3 buckets, attached a trigger, and then we created Lambda functions, and then we deployed the code there. So that's a two GitHub action you can install. Every code is there. It's a plug and play. You just clone it and just you use these two actions. The most important thing for these things to work for you, you need to make sure you need to provide all these keys. Your API secret key, which is basically how you're protecting your functions, and then your AWS and access key, secret key, Perplexity key, and whatever if you are using email host, your SMTP email host, because currently this is communicating by email. I hope you like it. Thank you.